All right. First update. First week in Losonus. It's been fantastic. It's been very fun. Very happy. And I guess grateful that we got to start the journey with such a big event. We started off with League Awards. I arrived. I met Martin at the airport. We caught up a little bit. Talked about what could have been and what finally is. Was nice. Everything, in terms of the group, everybody is so mature. It's very easy to like bond with everybody. I feel like we kind of speed ran that process. I guess it helped a lot that I've met them in person like plenty of times already at like NLC events and interact with them online and so forth. And I have a bit of history with some of the guys, so integrating with the group is super easy. I've been laughing more this week than ever. Like some of the conversations we're having, and like everybody's so like naturally funny in a way. Like when I'm I'm sitting and reviewing things on my PC and I hear Baus streaming, like the other day, there's just something about Baus's delivery. Like it's like it takes you 1 minute to hang out with Baus and know exactly why he's as successful as he is as a streamer. Like I just hear him, he's like, guys, do you know that we're running out of healthy food? There's no more healthy food. And I'm like, what is he saying? And then he follows up by saying, you gotta grow your own chickens if you want healthy food. I think he has a little point in there, but there's something about this delivery that just cracks me up. So it's been absolutely great. We had two team meetings to start us off, like introductory meetings. I think it's very important to like align on many many things. It's like the problems of a team are very predictable. Problems of any team are very predictable. You kind of run through the same problems that any team does, so you can talk a lot ahead of time in terms of sharing people's experience, setting up your schedule for success. There's a lot of things you can do ahead of time, and aligning what it means to be a pro, a good teammate. What the strengths of the teams are, the strength of each individual as well. Like making sure you're on the same page about things that might seem obvious to you is very important, because you want to make sure that the group kind of works in the same direction. And then we had a lot of deep conversations already about the next coming patch, which of course is massive, big changes. Personally, I'm not too big fan of the changes if I think about like the game. Um, I love any changes because it's just fun to explore what's OP and finding out like the best way to approach things. I do have to say, like in the regard of when I think about the future of the game, I do think that it's becoming more casual pilled, and maybe that's a great thing. Like in the end, we need a player base, but I do think that you know for on a pro level, it might become a little bit more less strategic. That's kind of redundant. I said a little bit more less strategic. Less strategic is what I wanted to say. Less strategic. Nevertheless, going back, League Awards was amazing. I was on the show. I did the voiceovers, which is kind of sick. I'm very proud to participate in any capacity. Kato and Shooks are super, super good at, of course, managing an event of this scale. They did a fantastic job. Also, of course, the Yumi Talent Agency as well smurfed their absolute face off, which is super cool. League Awards was amazing. I got to ask a question to Keria. I got to hang out, with very very cool individuals. I met Don Jake. Sorry, not Don Jake. Fuck Don Jake. I met No Way for you because he's the Don. That's why I mixed the two. No Way is such a nice personality too. Like what a good guy. He has his energy about him. Like he just seems so happy. He has a very infectious smile. Was super cool. I met Traton as well. Traton's cool. Everybody there was cool. Honestly, everybody was cool. Uh, it was a very very nice event. Nekrit, Kesha, the usual suspects, Dums. These three I see at every league event. I always meet them at every league event. It's turning into tradition at this point. I was supposed to play. I was supposed to play Riftbound with Nekrit. I went to get my deck. I got lost in the arena. came to the VIP party afterwards and they were gone. So I was just sitting there. Simon Garfunkel was like playing "Hello Darkness, My Old Friend," and I'm just standing there with my deck. Like I had my deck out, and nobody was there to play with me. You know, I even sent naked deck pics, and like I was very excited to play my deck, but it didn't happen. So League Wars was amazing, and the next day, of course, we had to rock and roll. We had a little media date before the League Award day, which was cool. I was just kind of hanging out. I wasn't a part of any of the cool, videos that they did. Coaches get left out, and also, for me, it did feel weird. I had this anxiety, which I think is normal probably, because I'm joining Los Ratones. Then I'm here at this event with them. I'm a part of their fan meets. I'm like, I feel like I don't, I don't deserve any of this, thunder and the spark and the big flare of everything. I don't deserve this at all. Felt very, the imposter syndrome was completely like popping off, especially when it came to like the fan interactions. I met some homies, I've seen in the past. People said the amount of fan, that really calmed my nerves, which felt good. Everyone's been super super welcoming, so it's like just the inner demons talking. But when it comes to the work, there I feel very steady and very very good, because that's of course a different topic. Nevertheless, the Red Bull event came. It was kind of hard to kind of decide how we wanted to approach it. I don't know. I think in hindsight, maybe it was KCB or KC, whatever you want to call it, maybe we needed to just take a more fun approach because we weren't really ready to like perform. But the game got like serious, but not serious. I don't know. It was strange. Maybe that's fair and square, of course, no problem. It's not about that. It was just kind of weird to decide how we wanted to approach it. I feel like with T1, it was a lot easier because we could talk with them. It's like, oh, you guys want to rule swap? We want to do something similar. Let's put up like an entertaining show. It's super cool. I really enjoyed that. That part made it super fun. I think that part made it super cool. Reckless played against his old team. Becker, the GM of T1, recruited both me and Reckless to Korea. Of course, Becker when he was on T1 and when he was on Sandbox, he's the one with the vision. I think he also recruited Griffin, right, to the T1 Academy, if I remember correctly. So he has an eye for making very cool partnerships, and it's always nice to see Becker. He's a very, very good friend of mine. Lots of love to him. It was cool because one of the days, like Becker came in the room, he's like, "Yo, does anyone have a mouse pad?" I was like, "You can use my mouse pad." And I'm like, "Who's using it?" He's like, "Yo, Faker's using the mouse pad." So I was like, "Yo, all right, use my mouse pad, no problem." And I said, when you bring it back, please sign it. Please sign it. So give me 1 second. I'll go and show you guys the mouse pad. So there you have it. It's kind of like in reverse, but you see it there. Faker mouse pad, baby. Very cool. I'm using the front camera on my phone to record this. But there it is. My Razer mousepad signed by Faker. I'm not playing on this ever again. That's for sure. I'm just framing this in and putting it on my wall because the GOAT himself played with it and then he signed it. Yeah, a little bit of a fanboy moment, But it's like it's fun because obviously I'm a big Faker fan. I have a lot of respect for him. I've met him so many times, so many times. Always respectful, bow. There was never an opportunity. Like for me, it doesn't feel right to ask him for like a picture or anything like this because it's like, come on, it's like, he's one of the busiest people in esports. Like, well, why should I take any of his time? I literally had like lunch with him back in when I was at the HQ, and like I wouldn't want to infringe on his space because it was like this moment on the day we were supposed to leave. Like we're at the breakfast area. I see T1 is eating. We're eating. As like Faker's just there trying to grab some bacon, and people are just stacking there to take pictures of him as he's grabbing bacon. It's like, give the man some peace. It's like there was a couple that just went up to them, took a picture, and then they came back to him before he was even done picking up pancakes. And they said, the picture's kind of back. Can we take another picture? And Faker's never going to say no, but it's like, come on, man. Like, he's the busiest man on earth. He's just so nice and humble, So I get it. But, for my side, I'm like, give this man rest. He has to carry League of Legends for 50 more years. so, so there it is, there it is. But the T1 match was super fun. It was like Nemesis who made the cool call, for Casio, because it's like we had the plan to play Yasuo mid, and I'm like, bro, we don't have any. I talked about playing Casio bot together with Twitch and Timo. That's what I was talking about. And then the funniest thing is like Nemesis says he calls out the Casio, but he says that Velia is not good on Casio in the same sentence. But he saw the Casio angle. It was a very good one. It was fun to see Timo interact like that because it's like Nemesis prepared Nasus, Katus, and Timo. What a jungle pool. And the moment he saw Vayne and Kale, he thought to himself, well, Blind is going to be OP here. So he just slammed Timo. We didn't expect Vayne jungle, but it kind of worked out nice, in terms of what the matchup was. So that was cool. Uh, I already mentioned, what we did in the initial meetings because we are boot camping here in Munich, which is super cool. Kato has been super, super helpful, like anything that I request, like I'm like, oh, I would like to do this. I would like to do this for the team. It's like, no problem, we'll fix it, bro. Kato is really, really using his experience in esports to make sure that the team doesn't fall in any trap holes and everyone's as comfortable as possible, everyone's as happy as possible. And even the group was small in terms of how the organization is ran. Everyone is so, let's say, passionate about the project that anything that needs to be done gets done. And I think that only really, really happens if you really, really find the right people and everyone is in it for like all the best and the right reasons. Often, like bigger orgs, you just have like people that are not gonna do anything more than they should, and it's always someone else's problem, and people just care about keeping their job and whatever, blah blah blah. This is like Losonus is like as family as it gets, in the best way possible, where you know everyone is just so just on point. Everyone's hardworking, everyone's on point, which is super, super cool. Not only the players, I'm talking about like the whole staff. So it's really cool to see it from the inside in terms of what has been built. And I think organizationally, like this is what definitely been like one of my best esports experience, which is a lot to. That's really, really insane, all things considered. Uh, so there's that. What else do we have? We had our first scrim day today. Obviously, I'm not going to share anything, but I was very happy with it. Getting into the groove again for me personally. Really, really setting the standard for us. I think that definitely as a team we have a long way to go, but I think this group will take really, really long steps. Long steps in a good pace. And I'm happy that we start early. The things that we need to solve and work on appear early. But I'm very happy with how good everyone is at making, compromises and making sure that we're doing all the things a great team is supposed to be doing. So I'm very, very happy about that. Uh, I don't care too much about what our level is currently. I care only about, how we, the engine gets going and how we accelerate. Yeah. My first day of scrims was good. I'm happy with it. You know, and tomorrow we go onward. I recorded this on what day is it? The fourth, the third. First scrim was the third, so I'm recording this on the third in the night, and I'll give you guys another update very soon. Uh, I figured because I don't post content, I can do this. Maybe for the next one we can do a Q&A. So maybe we just do like a thread. Maybe I just post it on Reddit or on Twitter or something, and you guys can ask questions about me, about the team, and I'll answer as much as possible so you guys can be kept in the loop about what we are actually doing. But TL didn't watch. Super happy. I'm having such a good time with the guys. They've been very welcoming. I feel like I'm very close to them already. So we keep going. We keep going. Everyone's been fantastic, and the unique personalities to see them in different circumstances is super, super fun. That's probably like the biggest reason why I like coaching is just seeing the uniqueness of each individual and seeing how they can be shaped and how they can grow, and also how they function and what you can learn from them on a personal level, and how to figure out how they you know function as people and help people like unlock their potential, because in the end this is a very, very good group. They have something that is very strong in place already, and I think, yeah, just trying to say that I love my job. So with that being said, I'm gonna sign off. I'm gonna go to sleep. My eyes are kind of drying up. I need to remove my contact lenses. This pimple I have on my forehead, bro, it doesn't want to leave, bro. It needs to start paying rent soon. It really does. So, yeah, I'll leave it on that. Peace.